Futera presents Soccer Cards and Chill.
Jamie Bateson, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Lovely to see you, mate. It's great to have you on the podcast, an esteemed YouTuber. It's brilliant to see you, mate. How is life for you at the moment?
Very busy, yeah. Launch of the brand new FIFA title and getting all my hours in streaming and opening lots of packs, virtual packs, not real packs. And having learning the game with my viewers, which is something I always enjoy. I always enjoy the month of October when the new FIFA comes out.
So what's that process like then? Is it a case, because again, a normie like me, like a FIFA normie that just plays it once every 3 years at my brother-in-law's house, like, are there that many differences between like the releases that FIFA do? Does it fundamentally change? And have you got to grasp like a whole new kind of ecosphere within it, or is it pretty much the same and it's just kind of a slight evolution? How does that work?
I play Ultimate Team. That's my primary game mode, even though that wasn't back in the day. But I do Ultimate Team now, and that usually is the same throughout the year. Like, you just basically thrive off the content that EA release. But that all depends on real life football as well. So it's a nice like mix between real life football, seeing what's happening in real life football, and you get it in the game as well. But the big change is when the new game comes out is learning the game. No one likes losing. So you got to get on it fast, get to learn what works best to score goals and win games and get rewards as well, which is always a nice element. Is getting them extra player picks and packs and stuff. It's awesome, even though it's only loaned to us for a year.
I always, like, again, as I said, I'm not like a frequent FIFA player, but I always kind of like, because I'm an Evertonian. I know you're a Liverpool fan. We'll put our rivalry to the side for a little bit. But like, whenever the new FIFA's released and the players get their ratings and how kind of like passionate the players are about it. And this year, Damari Gray, I think, has like a really, I think he's maybe in the early 80s. Does that sound about right?
I think maybe, yeah, he'll be up there, won't he? I'll have packed him. I just can't remember his rating. Don't really.
But anyway, it's a proper. You take that. I like it. I like it, mate. I like
the
it.
Carlson, I know, is a good.
Yeah, and Dom Calvert-Lewin as well, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's like, because Everton have signed him, and he's not. He wasn't massively highly rated when we signed him. He's been out on the scrap heap a little bit. But his rating's quite poor, and it's not reflective of his form at the moment. So, I think quite a few Evertonians are up in arms about this. But so how long have you been doing the YouTube thing for then?
So I've been doing it since 2012. That's when I primarily made the jump into content. I used to work shifts at Stagecoach. I used to fix buses on the regular. I'm a fully qualified HGV technician. Randomly, not a lot of people know that. So I like work shifts, and I'd finish, and then everyone is in bed or everyone's at work. So I was like, I'll play some FIFA, and I actually started off streaming on the channel I do now. Actually, back in 2011, but I used to play pro clubs with my friends. So we'll be like 11 people running around the field, different players being controlled. And then I moved into Ultimate Team, I think, in 2012. And that's when I thought, I'm going to keep doing this as much as I can. And I think I took the jump full time and made it my full career just after my son was born. So it would have been 2013, I think. And I've been doing it ever since full time.
2011, that's like super early. What platform did you use in 2011? Was Twitch around then?
I think it might have been Justin.tv, so it might have just been before Twitch. Yeah, so right. But unfortunately, I lost my Justin TV name because I've like back in the day, no one really cared about emails and passwords, did we? Like, we'll have lost a lot of accounts that way. And I think I was one of them. But yeah, I just started back up on Twitch, and it's been the same channel name since.
Did you set out then, like, on this journey where you're like, it's a silly question because I kind of know what the answer is because no one kind of saw this coming, but did you kind of ever have it in your mind, like, I want to do this for a career? Or was it just a case of, I'm just good at FIFA, I play a lot, and then I'm just going to experiment like with this online streaming thing?
Yeah, I don't think I ever set out. I always wanted to be a manager within Stagecoach, actually. That was my main prerogative was to do that. But I just decided like I was getting sick of getting dirty hands and wearing green overalls and rigger boots. And then I think I had a break where I played KSI, one of the biggest one of the biggest people in the UK at the current moment with everything that he does. And he was doing a wager match. Back in the day, we could do that type of stuff. So we would put stuff on the line to play games. And he put up his full team of the year team. And stuff shouldn't have monetary value in game, but it does. A bit like cards in real life as well, they have monetary value. And he had his full team of the year team. And if I beat him, I would get that team. So I beat him convincingly. The videos were absolutely brilliant. And then I sold the team. I got a team off him and sold it for real life money. And I think I made about $2,000, I think. So I was like, right, I'm gonna invest this back into a computer, and then that computer made me get better YouTube videos and better streaming and stuff like that. So yeah,
it's amazing, mate.
It's all luck. I think a lot. If you speak to a lot of FIFA, or even a lot of content creators, it takes that little bit of luck, that one thing to create your break, and then you just got to keep on working after that. And that was mine with KSI.
Okay, I see. Because I was gonna take issue with that and say, look, you can say what you want about Everton, but what I won't have is you saying that this is luck, because I know how hard you work. I've seen how hard you work. You put a lot of time and effort into this. What you told me the other day was crazy about the amount of hours that you stream. When you messaged me and said I stream between these, I was like, bloody Nora, like you properly work. It's like a job. It's your passion, it's your hobby, it's your business, I suppose. But what you're talking about there is that you got the lucky break. You just so happened to play KSI, and then you pulled across a bit of his audience, and that helped propel you. But that's where the luck ends, though, Jay.
Yeah, you got to put it in. A lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people who've played KSI and just not put in the work afterwards, and just thought, right, I've done that. That's me made. And unfortunately, that isn't the case. Because when you're in the public eye, especially within gaming and YouTube, you need to keep and stay relevant. And if you just sit back on what you've done, you'll soon be gone and not be around for much longer, So yeah. Do you
ever get noticed when you go to Aldi or anything?
I don't shop at Aldi. I mean, like my nan does, and I let her know about it as well. No, but in Kendal I get recognised a bit, but I think usually.
All right, not Aldi. There are other supermarkets in the UK available.
There's it's not really in places, because where I live in Kendal.
All right.
If you guys know, or if anyone knows Kendal's primarily like quite an elderly town. So a lot of the older generation don't know who I am, don't know what I do. And I like it that way. But when I go to cities like Manchester, London to gaming events, it's hard to miss me, because I'm like 6'5" and 700 pounds, So it's a bit of a difficult.
Yeah, and that beard.
Well, I grew the beard to add some disguise, but unfortunately it didn't
help. You are like, I don't want to sound like I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but you are a superstar within like a certain cohort of the population. Like I can't think of too many bona fide celebrities that have like 1 million people watching them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you are. So I wondered how that creeps into your life, basically.
It doesn't really affect mine, because obviously I spend the majority of time in front of my computer at home. But I think it is starting to creep, because my son's 9 years old now, and he's at school, and a lot of people who play FIFA and play video games might have seen me play. And I know a lot of people, a lot of Jack's friends do watch my streams, which I do tell the parents not to, because I'm not child friendly a majority of the time. But yeah, I think Jack gets a little bit confused about it, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're like Bateson's dad. And he's like, who? He goes, my name's Bateson. But he doesn't really know what I do, which I like. I like that. But I think as he moves into secondary school, which isn't far off, I think that's when he'll start getting pestered a bit. So it'd be interesting to see how we deal with it and what happens from there.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a challenge for you as a father, mate. I'm sure you'll smash it though.
He'll be all right. Most people are very respectful anyway, so I've not had any issues in real life with people anyway. So
that's good. Friendly. That's good. I think most people are all right, like despite what you sometimes think when you go onto Twitter. Anyway, this for those people who are listening because you're on this show and they don't know who on earth I am or what we do at Futera. We make sports cards. We have them for 30 years. We've got the official license for the likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, PSG, Arsenal, Marseille, and then soon to be more clubs, which I will disclose very, very soon. You have a soft spot for sports cards. How did that come about, Jamie?
It's actually having a soft spot for cards in general. It was Pokemon. And it all started probably when coronavirus started locking down the UK, and we didn't really have anything to do, anything to like go out and basically explore. So I started getting into Pokemon cards, and there was a US breaker which did all these rare Pokemon packs and boxes. So I was like, I'm gonna get into this. And I actually shared the experience with Jack, who's into his Pokemon cards as well. So I enjoyed doing that. But then there was Castro and there was Pieface who would start doing sports cards, and I was like, oof, that's a big jump up from Pokemon. So I was like, I'll watch it and see what it is. And I was like, they're pretty nice cards then. But looking at them on a picture, looking at them in a video, they don't look as good as they look in real life. And Castro sent me, I think it was a Panini Impeccable Fernando Torres patch auto, and it was my first. I don't think I've got it next to me, but it was the first ever card I had in it. And if you've seen the Immaculate cards, they're very thick, they're very classy looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, bloody hell, like you can't just be by himself. And then watching Pieface do it, I was like, right, I'm gonna start doing it myself. So I started picking up some cards on eBay for my own personal collection. I was mainly after Liverpool autos, so I've got an insane like Liverpool auto collection. And then I was told about box releases, and I was like, I might take my risk on box releases when they come out. And then that went into breaking in certain streams and certain websites. And here we are with like, I think I've got like 6 or 7 massive black cases behind me full of auto and base cards, and I've got another few boxes of other cards over there, and there's like there's a load of random ones I've not even sorted out. Like they're absolutely covering the office. But it was a nice way to pass the time, and it was also a nice way for me to do something with my community, because I couldn't really do anything, not going out, and they couldn't really do anything. So it was a nice little hobby to get involved in. And it's not really a little hobby no more. It's become probably a big part of my stream and also my life as well. I know Natalie hates it, but yeah, she can.
Well, there's a lot of things that they seem to hate, mate. So you just have to roll with it. You're not a man that does things by halves, are you? Like, you know what I mean?
I try to be, but then it just unfortunately turns to the next level, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like having, the way I see it as well, it's like having little mini pieces in your hand. And like my memorabilia on my wall, I've got like a signed Pele frame jersey over there. I've got like a stack of frame jerseys outside as well. So I used to collect them, but they're too big. Like they're absolutely massive, you know, like they take up a massive section of your house and your wall. Whereas if you get a card, it's like that big, you know, and it's handheld pieces of art, and I absolutely love it.
That's a good way to think about it, to be honest. Incidentally, I was with Jason McAteer today, obviously of Liverpool fame, and he was signing some cards from us, and he was talking about how he likes fine art, and he just purchased, I think, his first Banksy or something like that. He was, him and another former player were into that, and I was talking about the synergy between that and physical cards, and then obviously entering into the digital realm, which we'll talk about in a second, our NFT project that you know you're going to be involved in, which we're all really excited about. But yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, that, you know, the fine art thing, because they are collectibles, they are unique, you know, certain types of cards are, which actually brings me to our next question. Like, what type of cards do you personally like to collect? So not necessarily brands, like types of cards, right? What are you attracted to?
So it's types of cards. It was mainly autograph cards. Like I've got a massive collection of autographs, and then I started seeing some autographs which didn't really look like autographs. Then I started moving to patch autos. They look pretty cool. But even like just getting involved and seeing some of the nice parallel cards out there. I think it was a box which came out. I think it was a Topps Heritage 95. I think it was like or 97. It was like a black box.
Lovely,
And to get them off the website was quite hard. So I managed to get one box, and I just liked it. And I think it was a parallel out of 5 João Felix. I was like, and someone told me how much it potentially was worth. I was like, bloody hell! Like I've not really looked at parallel cards. And then obviously I've done some more collections. Got some more. I think I've got Ronaldo numbered as well. But yeah, numbered cards are a minimum. And then the base cards you can might be worth something in the future. You never know, but it'll keep more boxed up. But the nicest looking ones, I think, for me personally, are the impeccable cards. And that's mainly because of the one Castro gave me. They're just absolutely beautiful. But saying that, I haven't got any Futera ones yet. So that
But you've got some on the way.
I've got some on the way. Yeah, the Harvey Elliott. I've even looked at some on eBay as well. I've been tempted, and I know a few of my YouTube and Twitch friends. I think Lasty and GCI Messi, both of them have picked up the old Futera heroes. I think there was 99 Ronaldo. Someone's got a Zidane as well, and I'm like, oof. Yeah, they look really nice. They do look really, really good. I like them.
Oh, well, that's good. I haven't. By the way, audience, I haven't paid Jamie to say that. He's just said that off his own accord.
No.
Just to clarify,
like they look nice, and I'm glad that I actually found a way to start picking up my own collections. Because as you know, I bought the 3 Liverpool cards which were on there. One of them was Harvey Elliott. Unfortunately, that same weekend where we ran a giveaway, he busted his ankle. And then the Man City cards a few weeks later. Like, I just like picking up the rookie cards just in case something happens, you know, and they become the next big thing in football.
We've done some big rookies down the years. We've got a very early, so in the 90s we had the license with Man United, and we did fan selection, which was which was sold in like WH Smiths. And I remember as a kid seeing them in WH Smiths, and they never did Everton for some reason, probably because nobody would want to buy them. But anyway, they had Liverpool, but there's one of the early cards for Beckham, one of his earliest cards, maybe not his original, but Gerrard's. I think we've got Gerrard's rookie card. There was a sticker
in the
before
green
it.
Kit?
Yes. Yeah.
Can I take a minute to spin round?
I
actually lied to you and said that I don't have any Futera.
Of course you can. Whilst Jamie looks for potentially this rookie, which if he finds it will be absolutely amazing. For those of you listening to the podcast now, Jamie is he's spun around in his gaming chair and he's having a look through his collection to see. And there it is, the fan selection.
I actually picked it up off eBay. And
wow, so you have got a Futera cards.
I have, and it's my only one. I don't know why I waited till now to tell you, but yeah, literally my only Futera card is that bad boy, and it is beautiful as well. I love that Reebok Liverpool kit.
See, to me, yeah, I'll even give you that. Like, that's a cool kit, a cool 90s kit. And for me, like, that looks like the epitome of a soccer card, a football card.
Oh, it does, yeah. Like, back in the day, it wasn't about cards. It was about stickers. And I think I've got, like, maybe I've got a box of, like, loads of completed sticker albums, like, back in the day. So it's a nice thing. Cards were never something I went near. And now people offer me like stickers to like open. I'm like, I'm not really interested in stickers. Like, cards look better and you feel better, you know?
Yeah. Although there's something beautiful about 90s, mid-90s stickers. Yeah. We had a guy, a lad working with us, I'll give him a shout out, Bobby, and he sent me some 90s stickers and some Duncan Ferguson ones, and I loved them. Nice. Like I genuinely love them. They're amazing because it reminds you when you were a kid. You're the similar age to me, and
so
you know we're probably
accidentally opening that pack and ripping that top corner, devastating.
Yeah, or we rip a shiny and you're like,
oh no, yeah, like, and like at least with cards nowadays, it's hard to do that. But I imagine if you do that, I'd be fuming.
It's even harder to do it with digital cards. Now, I want to talk to you about the synergy between, like, what influences the whole, like, opening packs on FIFA digital cards? What influence is that having, do you think, on actual physical cards? Is this kind of contributing to the renaissance in physical sports cards, do you think?
I'm going to use Castro as an example. Like, Castro, when I was watching him open boxes and showing off his card collection, one of the things he kept on saying was, because Cash was a massive spender on FIFA like myself, and we got the bigger and better cards all the time. And he was like, look, like, we get these cards, they're not really our cards. We can't do anything with them apart from play them for a year. It's like a loan. But he said what he'd rather do is save spending on FIFA points and be able to, like, own a physical card for the rest of his life, for example, as that one. And I think a lot of people have started seeing that as well. And a lot of people have wanted to start the card collections off, especially within my Twitch community and Twitter as well. A lot of people enjoy the cards that I get. A lot of them want to get involved in the hobby as well and ask for easy ways to get in and build their own collection. And it's been an easy one. Not much backlash from it at all, which is surprising considering I'm involved in something. I usually get backlash and everything, but a lot of people love it. Like, cards, it looks nice and it's yours to keep for the rest of your life, unlike obviously FIFA. But that doesn't mean we're going to stop spending on FIFA because we love playing with the bigger and better cards, you know. So
Well, there's that element as well of like being able to actually do something with the digital, like, you know, when you open a pack in FIFA, you know that player goes into your team, right? I assume that's how it works. Again, you're talking to a pure bona fide FIFA normie. But yeah, so there is that utility to it. Incidentally, we actually we're super early on this and probably a little bit too early, but we had like an online game. So we had like World Football Series 1 and 2. You can still find these cards on eBay. They've got a code on the back, and you should be able to put that code onto an online game. This is in like 2009, 8, around that time, maybe even a little bit earlier. So really early. We were really too early for it. And so you'd buy your pack, you'd get your physical card, you'd put the code in, and that card would go into your team, and you'd play like a kind of like similar to a basic Football Manager sim. Without all the, you know, the intricacies of Football Manager now. You know, you pick your side, whatever, players who get injured, stuff like that. So yeah, so we actually kind of did do that, but now I can imagine, you know, that's the thing with a physical card. It's like, okay, I can't really do anything with this. It's just got the value because of what it is. Whereas your packs, you can actually do something with the packs, I suppose. That's the difference.
Yeah, but like 7 years ago, I've been close friends with someone since I started streaming. He's called Mo. He's based in Doha. And he had a massive collection of cards, and they looked very old school. And they were have you heard of WCCF cards?
Yes.
So he used to explain to me, he's like, "This is Ultimate Team," and I'm like, "How's it Ultimate Team?" He's like, "Look, we have these cards. We have a machine in," and he kept saying there was like a place in London you could go to, I can't remember. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, like a gaming arcade, and you go in there and you take your cards with you, you put them on, and you play with people. I was like, nah, that surely can't be a thing, but it like died out. And I've seen a lot of the cards pop up, and there's like crazy ones like R9 Ronaldo's, like all my peak football in youth, of like Football Italia, like it's crazy. I never really took much interest, but now he's like, oh, you should see my cases now. They look absolutely insane. He's like, you interested in cards? You want them? I'm like, maybe we'll see. But yeah, it's that was like the first ever Ultimate Team looking back at it, and obviously a lot of companies have started trying to recreate it. And maybe, who knows, FIFA might start releasing cards. I doubt it though. But
don't give them any ideas.
No. Well,
if you're watching it, FIFA, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah. No, they've given me some cards in the past, like absolutely massive. You cannot definitely put in your pocket. But yeah, FIFA might be not called FIFA in the next couple of years. Who knows with that one? They might be moving away from FIFA, which would be interesting.
Yeah. Who knows? It will be interesting to see that. Is the connection okay, Jamie? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it keeps breaking every
cool.
now and then.
Yeah, that's all right. As long as you
on Netflix.
As long as you I imagine you're talking to Netflix. Have you seen Squid Game yet?
No,
absolutely.
Nope, still not.
Mate,
no.
Crazy.
I actually went downstairs and Mrs. was watching it. I was like, right, I'm not staying too long just in case someone spoils it for me. But yeah, I'm watching Sex Education at the moment, and then Squid Games is next on the list. Unless something else pops up, but yeah, I need to do
Sex Education. My lady's been watching that. I love trash. That's trash.
Oh, it's trash. But once you commit yourself to a full season, you've got to watch it all. You can't not stop. You know. So it happens with some really bad series, and you just feel like you've got to watch it.
Yeah, because you've committed already. It's sunk cost fallacy. I've already invested so much time into this. I don't want to kind of waste that.
Yeah, it's like 13 hours of watching it if you're watching a full season. So you're like, well, do I want to forget that? So I'll just complete everything. I don't like leaving stuff empty.
Yeah. I was smiling when you were talking about it's WCC. That was what it was, wasn't it?
I think it was WCCF. I probably might even have got that completely wrong, but it's something along that lines.
Well, Mark, who's created that, who was the idea behind the game, I think he was a bit inspired by that because he used to live in London, and I was smiling as you were talking because he tells me a story of going to a place where he was kind of mesmerized because I think they were a Japanese company that put that out.
Yeah.
But again, probably a little bit too ahead of their time, maybe. I don't know.
Right. Okay. So for those of you that are watching the show on YouTube, you'll notice that my kind of background's changed. Bason's in the same thing that he looks exactly the same as he did previously, but you'll notice that my background's changed. That is because when we recorded this part of the podcast, it was before we'd launched details of our NFT project, and fundamentally we didn't know what we know now. So we thought we'd go back and just record this bit before we put it out. So for those of you who aren't aware, of what we are doing. Bateson is our first famous fan, which you're chuffed about, right?
I am, yeah. It's the start of a journey for not only me and learning a lot more about NFTs, but it's exciting as well. And obviously, a lot of the community have seen it now, and they're excited to see what it brings. And it's weird seeing my face in a digital, digital picture, you know. So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, yours is really cool because you've got like what pays homage to. It's not the official one, but it pays homage to the old Liverpool jersey of the 90s. I think that green and white one. Or
it's red. I don't know. When I see that jersey, I always think Jamie Redknapp. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it is around that time. Yeah. So yours pays homage to that. Mine's got like something that pays homage to the Everton 95 one, which is a classic as well, a good one. But anyway, just to elaborate a little bit on this, so we'll tell the guys a little bit about it. This is an NFT project that we are building as the first community-based NFT football club. So fundamentally, Futera United, which is the name of the project. When we decide to release the NFTs, which will be at some point in November, I think, what will happen is if you own one of these NFTs, you will get the opportunity to steer and manage a real life football club. Which details by the time this goes out, we'll probably have told the guys where it'll be. So it's in the club is going to be based in Bangkok, Thailand. We have a great infrastructure out there already. Today, Mark signed the papers on this, so we have the club ready to go. We've got training facilities, we've got coaches, about 20 coaches, I think, and then one guy in particular now, Den, who is the kind of the focal point on the kind of like training the players side. So we've kind of put everything in place for this project before we even released a single NFT. So if you own one of these NFTs, you're going to get the opportunity to like dictate the tactics, transfers, what kit the players wear. So it's a really kind of funky thing. And what we wanted to do, Jamie, with this is we were like, right, okay, we don't just want to kind of release another standard NFT project where there's kind of no utility to the NFTs that we release. We wanted to actually give the guys something tangible. So, and that is the ability to kind of steer this club into the future. And the goal is within 15 years, we want to be playing in the Asian Champions League. So that's the heady goal that we've got. You know, it's a bit ballsy. I said on Twitter today, it's rather ballsy, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. And it's all about democratizing football as well. So you're the first kind of famous fan. You're on this journey. What do you know about NFTs at the moment? I mean, I know you've kind of said like I'm kind of like trying to get with this.
So it's not just NFTs; it's like crypto itself, which is like confused me for a very, very long time. Even though I've like dabbled in it a little bit. So I like stayed away from NFTs full stop because I was a person who was like, oh, I can right click and I own it anyway, or I can post it and it's mine already. I was one of them people. Obviously, when you came to me with the Futera United, and it's mainly the background of the football club which interests me a lot. Like I love owning and collecting cards. I don't really own anything physical. Any digital cards yet. But it's more the project of Futera United which interests me, and it's the football club side of it. And I think that's what a lot of people are hyped for as well, to see what we can do as a community to, like you said, steer the team to the Asian Champions League.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I mean, something else I said on Twitter today was the fact that, you're a Liverpool fan, I'm an Everton fan. Okay, quite on the same level. At the moment, our clubs, but what we do feel like as a fans of like Premier League clubs and clubs in the higher echelons of the game is you'll hear fans talk about how distant they feel from their club sometimes. They don't really get much of a say on the direction of the club. Well, what we want to do is flip that on its head, and it's something that we've also done before as well in the past. But I think when we did it before, if people want to head over to the Futera website now and at the top click onto the Futera United page and look at this, we did something similar in 2013 with our collectors at the time. The issue was though, back then is there just wasn't the kind of the infrastructure or the technology to execute something like this. But now we've got it in the form of all the things that go on online, but also now we've got the blockchain, and we can properly, I think, implement this this whole project. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then also, basically, you're going to get a physical version of your actual NFT as well, because we make cards, as you know. So that's really cool, isn't it? You'll get one of your NFT. What do you think you'll do with that? You reckon you'll keep it, or you'll?
Oh, I'll be streaming and I'll pop it up. I like popping up my cards. I'll have it sat right next to me, and then I have like a selection each week and like pop it. I was like, oh, you guys seen this? So that one we can like, and if anyone else gets involved in the future as well, they could like show off their card to me, and I'm like, oh, hey, welcome to Futera United, like part of it.
Yeah,
so nice to get the cards out, which look good.
Yeah, it will. So keep an eye on the socials for more details on this, guys. A lot of people are excited about this. There's going to be more famous fans announced as well. I think we're aiming for 10 in total. So you're the first one, and we'll also hopefully get a few big names from the game involved as well. So keep a lookout for that. But ultimately, it's about creating this community, isn't it? That for me symbolizes like the best NFT projects, the ones that are able to kind of create a community. The ones that actually have like a passion project behind them. We're in this for the long term. We've signed a contract already on a club and the facilities and everything. So we're serious about this, and we really want to take this club to the top. That would be amazing. So it's all good, and it's rather exciting.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome, and it's like you said, it's only the early days now, and today was the day it started, and yeah, next few months will be interesting, especially when more people get more information, including myself as well, because this is new to me, and hopefully you guys enjoy it with us. What's
going to be great is if one day get you flown out to Bangkok and you can play up front.
I have played at Wembley up front as well before. Randomly got flown up. I can't remember who it was who threw me up front. I was like, you're an absolute psycho. Like up against ex-professional footballers and throwing me up front, chasing long balls from Jamie Carragher. It was awesome.
Well, I mean, I imagine as well, Jamie Carragher's pretty competitive, so he was trying to kick you.
He hated it. Yeah, he's hoofing the ball up, and he's like, why not running for that? I was like, look at me. but thankfully, I was blowing. I was blowing after like 10 minutes of running after the ball. Shorts nearly fell down, and then it's like, I had enough of this. The substitute me and Clive was there to give me a hug. He goes, at least you tried. So that's my highlight of life. My only football career.
That's very charitable of him.
Yeah.
Incidentally, there's a big charity element to this project as well. We're going to do what we can to kind of give a percentage. But I don't know what the exact numbers are on this yet, but there will be a percentage that goes back to like certain communities, and giving young people especially the opportunity to play football and giving them the things they need in order to play football. There's loads going on with this project in true Futera style. It's radical, but we've done this type of thing before, and we're pretty confident we can do it again. And with people like you involved as well, mate, then that's brilliant. So thanks for coming on to the podcast today, Bateson. This is a silly one because everyone kind of knows who you are already, but where can people find you if there's on the off chance someone's listened to this and they've never heard of you?
So primarily I'm on twitch.tv/Bateson87. I live stream every day. Playing random games, usually football related, and showing off my cards as I've talked about before. And failing that, if you can't catch me live, youtube.com/Bateson87 as well, so you can watch highlights and catch some of the videos I make as well.
Cool. All right. So get over to there and subscribe and whatever. And also remember to hit the subscribe button here and check out the project. So head over to futera.com and you'll be able to click on the button at the top and it'll take you through to Futera United and keep up to date with what we've got going on. And if you are interested in this space, then this is a really cool project, I think, to be involved in. And we'll love to have you with us for the journey. All right. Thanks for watching then. I'll listen in and I'll see you again next time.
See you soon.